Oops. Hello, welcome back to Spider's Web. It's another Road to video. It's Saturday afternoon and it's a road to Wrightington. Yes, it's back at Hospital Radio Wrightington this afternoon. First time back for 2 weeks, I think it is. I'm here this week, and then next week I'm at Harrogate's with Ollie's mum and auntie, and we're going there for Malcolm Hollingdrake's Penultimate Man event, to not so much celebrate, but celebrate and act as a remembrance of the lives of the people who passed away during World War I and II. But as I say, it's the 100th anniversary of the end of World War I this year, and I've mentioned this before in a few of my videos, but it's always worthwhile going over it again, because it's something that's important enough to remember, and that is that Malcolm has wrote a book, a short story for one of his books, which is a collection of short stories called The Penultimate Man, and it's a fictitious account of the next to last British soldier to be shot and killed during World War I. Which I think was World War I. It was one of the wars. I think it was World War I. Anyway, so that being said, I'm off to a shaky start today because I'm struggling with my breathing. What was I saying? Yeah. Oh yeah. So what he's done is he's released that as a standalone novella, and is done to raise funds for the Poppy Appeal, and with the Royal British Legion. So what he's done this year, with it being the anniversary, 100 tickets, one for each year of the end of World War I, have been made available at Harrogate Library, and he's doing he's got together a few people who are writers and that to come along and read some of their work. Nicholas Cam, who does his Malcolm's audio books for his Cyril Bennett series. He's also done the audio book for The Penultimate Man, so he's coming along to read that there, and he's got a singer coming down from Scotland to do some songs as well. So it's going to be a good afternoon, probably an emotional afternoon as well. So if you're interested in this and you're around the Harrogate area, tickets are on sale from the Harrogate Library. I don't know how many's left. Hopefully there's not all that many, and I hope we can sell it out. Yeah, that's where we're going next week, and I'm looking forward to it. The day after is Remembrance Sunday, and then I'm going up to Chorley. I'm taking the audio book of The Penultimate Man. I'm going to do a half hour of like music from, wartime music, like the Vera Lynn stuff, and your whatchamacallit, some from World War I, some from World War II, if I can find some. And then I'm going to play The Penultimate Man, which takes us up to 11 o'clock and the 2-minute silence. So that's what I'll be doing next Sunday. And then the day after, on the Monday, Malcolm will be joining us in the studio once again to talk about the Penultimate Man event and see how it goes. and see what he thinks of it and whatever. And I don't know what's going on, but there's a lot of traffic. I may have to go the alternate way. There's a lot of traffic down here. Don't know why. There isn't usually. I know I'm a little bit later than I usually am, but it's not usually this busy on a Saturday afternoon. Anyway, so that's what's happening next weekend. However, what's happening tonight is we have a games night, hopefully. I've not heard from Scragger this week, and he said he was going to get in contact and let me know how to arrange things. So I've sent him a message earlier, and up to now I haven't seen it. I haven't seen a reply, so I'm hoping he's got it and he gets back to me. But hopefully we're having a games night tonight, and I want to get a few silly little games on the go tonight rather than anything big. I just want to relax tonight and not stress about anything real heavy, and that just enjoy an evening. So we're going to get a few videos put up. The videos for Wednesday nights, Halloween nights, games night, I can't remember whether I started doing the first one, which was the Pandemic Reign of Cthulhu. I don't know whether I've managed to start that uploading yet, but they've been edited, well, not so much edited, but they've been sort of like made to fit in with the rest of the things, with the titles and that. So they are ready, if I haven't already put them up on YouTube. Painting videos for Vampire Hunters are continuing. I did make a comment on one of the videos that we did, because we did play Vampire Hunters on Wednesday, but I did mention then that you hadn't seen the minis painted. One of them you have, or you should have now, because I put that painting video up last night, I think it was. So that should be done, and we are going to be stuck here as well. There we are. That's it. You get round there. That's good. So I think it's just got to be one of those days today. Yeah, one of the games we play tonight, I'll keep an eye out for the videos that we do tonight, and give them a watch. There is something with one of the videos. I'm not saying which one, but there's something with one of the videos, and yes, I am doing this to try and get viewers. Yeah, there we are. Now I did an unboxing video yesterday for Noir, the I think it's called a denouement or whatever it's called, game by Kedrick Winks. I did say that I was waiting for something to turn up. That something has arrived this morning. I've done an unboxing video for that, and that will be done, or you'll see that later on, because I haven't had time to edit it yet, because I finished doing that, had a quick bath, got myself changed, and I got dressed, and I've set out. So there's been no time for me to do anything with it, but I will hopefully, if I get a chance to do that tonight, I will do. If not, I will get it edited and uploaded tomorrow. So What was I saying then? I don't know, I can't remember. Never mind, it doesn't matter. Oh yeah, about doing videos tomorrow. Yeah, so there's a few videos ready to be uploaded, or ready to be edited and then uploaded. What do we call it? Hopefully we're going to get quite a few more up and running, because I feel as though I'm neglecting the channel at the moment. I'm just doing these little filler videos of chats as we're driving along, and it's not good enough. I want to get cracking with more and more content. So I plan in the new year to be much more, not so much consistent, but much more content heavy. What on earth is going on? We have a lorry and the driver is yelling at somebody else out, talking to somebody out the window, out of his window. I haven't a clue what's going on, but oh well. Hopefully they get out the flipping road and then we can move. Oh good. Right, we're off. So there we are. That's what's been happening. Now, on Wednesday in the Road 2 video, we told you that we were going to see a talk in Wigan from the now it's credited, if I remember rightly, as the last surviving pit brow lass in Wigan. Whether that is true, we don't know. We're going from that because she hasn't found anybody yet who was also a pit brow lass. Now the pit brow lass is someone who is a woman who worked sorting out the coal and that kind of thing as it's come up from the earth. There was not just her, but there's somebody else who read a story that she'd written, and she volunteers at a mining museum locally. The guy who was sort of like comparing it, he also read something else as well. But I've had a word with the 3 people involved about coming to Charlie Hospital Radio. Details have been exchanged, so it's just a case of getting in contact and making arrangements. Now, one of the people, from the mining museum, is an interesting one. She's not very knowledgeable about the mining work, as in, you know, the way of life around the mining work. But she has something else that she'd be interested in coming into the studio and talking about. So we're going to do that. She's passed my email address and details on to, hopefully passing them on to somebody at the mining museum, so that he can get in contact with me and arrange a day for them coming in. So I've also had a word with the guy who was comparing it, and the, shall we say, guest of honour, the pit brow lass, and they're all happy to come in to the studio one afternoon to talk about things. But the one that's, as I said, the one who read the story that she'd written, sounds very interesting. So it's a case of, okay, she's not coming in to talk about mining because she basically volunteers in the tea bar that's there, but at least that's what she told me. But she she has something else that might be interesting to talk about. So that's the reason why I've invited her. So she's given my information on to somebody else at the Mining Museum, so hopefully they'll be in contact with me soon. Ali's mum has, in one of the clubs that she goes to, has had a speaker going all about mindfulness and mental health things, that kind of effity bob. I don't exactly know what it was, to be honest. Because she was explaining to Ali, and Ali told me roughly what it was, and I said yes, I'm very interested. As soon as Ali said something about mental health, I said yeah, we're definitely interested in that. So I've got her details, so I'm going to get in contact with her. So at the moment, for the rest of November, other than Monday, and it's a bit too short notice now to arrange anything for Monday, we've got we've got guests in each week. Monday we're going to do, because it's bonfire nights in the UK, we are going to be doing a special show. It's not necessarily all to do with fire and bonfire night and that kind of thing, and fireworks. But because it is firework night, a bonfire night, whatever you want to call it, Handel composed some music for the Royal Fireworks display. So what I'm going to do on Monday afternoon is have a show devoted to classical music. We have, whenever I don't have a guest, I have a themed show. So the theme can really be anything. Last week, with it being Halloween, we had a Halloween special, and we played songs that had, you know, ghosts, vampires, werewolves, Halloween, anything associated with Halloween, and there was a song around it. We played that, read a few short stories, poems, that kind of thing, and hopefully it was a good show. I enjoyed it, I must admit, I really enjoyed it. But this week we're going to play the entire piece of music for the Royal Fireworks, Handel's, and we're going to revolve the show around that. So we're going to start off with that bit, or we might end it with that bit. Not quite decided which yet. But that's what we're going to be doing. So, as I said, the week after that we've got Malcolm Hollingrave coming back in again. The week after that we have another author called Alan Wright. He's coming in. And the week after that, Shelley B is with us for Silly Afternoon. And then with nothing at all then in December. So if I can contact a few people and arrange things for the first couple of weeks or so in December, taking us up to Christmas, we're looking then at the new year for the rest of people. So, you know, it's a busy show, and hopefully when we get the guests in, it's an informative and an informative and a fun, light-hearted show, because I don't do formal interviews, you know, like your Parkinson's and all that sort of thing. It's just basically a chat. I just you know, I allow the guest to do the talking, and they will talk about things, and if I have a question about what they're saying, I will ask it and try to prompt them for conversational pieces, and then if they have music they like, then I will play the music to suit. If not, then I'd have to play what I think would go well with the theme, the for the guests, but we just hopefully have fun in the studio, and I hope it comes across when we're doing these shows. But as everybody else is playing music, and I've just realised I've come to the wrong blooming place. Oh dear, I'm not watching what I'm doing. Idiots. Oh, I can't believe I just did that. I just completely took the wrong. It's the next street on the right that I wanted, not that one. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Anyway, let's get back to the scheduled bit at hand. Oh dear Lord. Right, so we're not too far away from the studio now, so you'll not be putting up with me babbling on for much longer. Yeah, so that's what happens when we do the shows at Charlie. All of us at Charlie are volunteers, like we are at Wrightington. The channel, or Charlie Hospital Radio, is as old as me. We were all born on the same year, as it were. The same with Jethro Tull and 2001: A Space Odyssey. So we are all 50 years old this year, and I must admit it's a much more comfortable atmosphere in Charlie than it is at Wrightington, because the studio at Charlie is much bigger and it's air conditioned, whereas at Wrightington it's a broom cupboard with no external windows, with no air conditioning. All we have basically is an air circulatory fan, but it does the job that's required of it, when the machinery works, that is. We do have our technical issues, like all places do, really. Sometimes a bit more serious than others. But I know the mixing desk that we're using at the moment really needs to be replaced by all accounts, because it's a brand new studio, but it's not new equipment we're using. So the mixing desk that we are using at Wrightington is fairly old. They don't make it anymore, and you can't get spares for it, from what I've heard. I'm not one of the technical boffins there, so I don't know these things, but from what the technical boffins there have actually stated, yeah, that's the facts of the matter. So we're trying to raise funds for getting a new mixing desk. There's a big difference with the way both studios are run, because they're both run by different people, but they're both staffed by different people, for the most part, that is. Obviously there are a few crossovers, but the systems we use at the studios are completely different. So because I'm used to one particular system, I have my laptop. I bought a laptop, and I've got the system that we use, or that I was trained up on at Wrightington, on that laptop, and I take my external hard drive in with music on and play music from there. Other than that, there's lots of CDs and lots of records. At Wrightington we have two systems that is being used. Obviously, as I said, there's one that I was trained up on there that the majority of the presenters use, and there is another one that we got a couple of years ago that we've had no end of trouble with, and I don't think everybody is trained up on that system. So we are, but it's a much better system for running in the background, for when there's no live broadcasts going out. So they both have the swings and roundabouts. But as long as I can do a fun, interesting... Oh! We've lost a barrier. I didn't need to open the window, I didn't need to take my badge off. As long as I can do a fun, interesting, informative, different show than other people, then I'm happy. Because I don't like following the herd with anything I do. I mean, YouTube possibly is the exception, because I'm doing this because it's the things I enjoy. I know there's lots of other people out there who enjoy painting miniatures, playing games, painting pictures, and you know, it's simply a case of doing what I enjoy doing and putting it on video. But as it is with the radio, you know, it's all, when you hear one show, sometimes it's just exactly the same as another one. It's just a different voice announcing the music. I try to do something different. I try to play music that you don't necessarily hear every day, but I try to make it fun, ask questions, you know, give information out, that kind of thing. So yeah, that's how I like it. But we're here now, so it's time for me to end the video. Until next time, as always, take care, God bless, and bye for now.